Hi everybody, I'm just waiting for a couple of people to join us. So I'm Jules, nice to meet you all. We're expecting about 20 people today, which is really exciting. So yeah. And I've got a couple of people texting me, letting me know that they're trying to get in. Yeah. So I'll make sure that's on. And I'll share my share Canva and put that into present mode. So hopefully, if you could do the thumbs up and let me know that you can see the webinar, that would be really great. So we're just doing our Smart Directors series, and I'm really excited to be bringing the Xero. Thanks heaps for letting me know. Yeah, so I'm just might just have a few people coming in, but I'm just going to get started because I know that you're all really excited to be learning about Xero and automation. And yeah, so this is our Smart Directors series. So we're talking to business owners and people in their business and talking to them about how we can, like today's topic is about how we can automate your Xero AI and how that's going to affect automation in your books. So hopefully you're all using Xero already, and this is going to be a kind of supercharge system for you. So so a little bit about me. I'm a Queen Calculator. I call myself the Queen Calculator. It's kind of been a running joke, but I'm a chartered accountant, chartered company secretary, Australian company director, and not many people know I'm also trained as a life coach and in Reiki. So so I'm a little bit of a quirky accountant. Some people call me the conscious accountant, and other people just, I'm into a lot of different things, but accounting is my jam, and it's where I really love to play. So these are the topics that I would love for us to talk about while we're harnessing AI with Xero. Now, depending upon your level of experience with Xero, you might already be doing some of the automation features that Xero has been bringing in. So you might have seen when you're doing a bank reconciliation, Xero has already seen that, oh, hang on a second, you spent money at like the local cafe last week and you coded it to meetings with clients. So do you want me to do that again today? So you might see it starting to pre-populate your banking transactions. You might have also started using bank rules, Xero bank rules. And all of those kind of mechanisms have been in the Xero world for quite some time. You might have also used Xero's invoice reminders if you're sending out reminders. And so all of those kind of things are really, really helpful and helps us use Xero faster, more effectively, and also takes a little bit of the overall data crunching over and over. It helps us get over that a little bit. Now, depending on what your business is, so like if you're running a cafe, you might have a point of sale system and it does all of your sales. Or if you're running a business that has another, like a logistics side of things into the business, you might have, a stock management system. So depending upon what other systems you're using in your business would be something that we would be able to integrate and potentially get stronger data in real time into your Xero file so that you can start making really informed decisions and move your business forward. And then the third piece, and I also want to introduce you to Jax. So Jax is a new piece of software that is coming built into Xero. I'll show you the little 2-minute video about Jax. It's coming, it's in beta format at the moment. So all of us Xero Gold partners are currently trialing it and giving feedback, which is super amazing and exciting. And what we're looking at and what we're seeing is, so Jax is called Just Ask Xero, and it's actually going to be an AI built within the software of Xero. So, so that's really exciting, and it's going to be something that will change how we use Xero in the future to hopefully be a little bit better. And then the third piece is looking at how we can do smarter workflow. So if you're using HubDoc or Dext, automated invoice follow-up, and how we can do a bit of AI reporting. So if everybody's cool, just give me a little thumbs up, like use the little thumbs up thingy. That would be really cool. And I'm going to stop sharing the presentation and I'm just going to do a jump into Xero. So give me a little moment and let me get onto sharing the right screen. This is where we want to have, yes, share that screen. So that's where we need the kind of ding, 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 ding music. Right, so I'm using the demo company here that everybody has access to. So if you want to have a little play, you just go in, you click on your drop down. I'm not going to do that because you'll get the whole list of all of our clients, but you click on the drop down and then you should be able to toggle between your existing Xero file and what is called the demo company. Now, hopefully you've already set up your dashboard. You might also have got some business insights depending upon your Xero file, but hopefully you've got it set up very similar to this. So what we oftentimes do is have the cash in and out as the first piece and the account watch list. And oftentimes we like to see on the account watch list the items that are going to come up and be a problem for you if you're not already saving for it. So I'm talking things like superannuation, GST, pay-as-you-go withheld, those items that come up once a quarter or once a month, and soon super will be every time you do payroll, but just so that you can keep on track of it and make sure that you're saving for your expenses. So if you don't have that set up, that's cool. I'm going to show you two things. The first one is your cash in and out. This is really important. The blue is in and the gray is out. And I'm just going to quickly, briefly talk to you about that. That's coming from when all of your bank accounts are fully reconciled. So these numbers here make sense only if there's nothing outstanding to reconcile. So you have your first step is to make sure your bank accounts are reconciled, and then you can see like this month for May, pretend this is all reconciled. That would be a scary month when you've got 20,000 going out and only 8,000 coming in. So that would be scary. So you want to make sure that you've got money coming in more than the grey, and that gives you a quick snapshot to make sure that that's fine. If your dashboard does not have this, what you do is you click on that edit dashboard button, and it's usually sitting down the bottom somewhere, and see these 9 little dots here. We're just going to drag and drop so that you can move the cash in and out to the top and your account watch list on the other side. Then you press save, and then voila, you've got the dashboard up and running. If you don't have in your account watch list your GST, your pay as you go withheld, your superannuation payable, I'm going to show you a quick little trick on that one. You click on accounting, chart of accounts. I'm using a Mac, so you would, when you go to click on the chart of accounts, you can select your command key and then press the link to get you a new tab. Or if you're using Windows, it would be control key and do that. So I'm going back to the GST, the chart of accounts, and I want to put GST on the front balance, and I'm just typing it in, search, and see this bit here that says show on dashboard watch list. We want to put that on. And I'm going to write super payable. My pay as you go withheld is already on the front screen. And then I'm going back to dashboard, refreshing. And you can now see what your GST obligation is. That's a refund, pay as you go withheld, and your super payable, right? So that's how you can quickly put that onto your account watch list. So it's really important to have those items there. So when you log into your dashboard, you know exactly what you're looking at. So where do we go from here? Like, how do we really look at how we can maximize the systems, the existing systems that are already in Xero? So one of the first areas is, if I go into your reconciliation tab, the first area that I always encourage people to look at is, can you create a rule? So I'm just going to come here, see Xero's already going to like start using a bit of built-in AI, and it's going to go, well, last time you coded this transaction that says NAB bank fee, you coded it to bank fees and bank fee. But you don't want to have to always check that every single time, and you want it to be automagic. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this options, create a bank rule, and it's super simple. You go apply bank rule, any conditions match or all conditions match. And so what I'm going to say is I'm only interested if it says bank fee. So I'm going to delete that line, and I'm going to change the field to any text field, and I'm going to say contains, and sometimes it might not say bank fee. So I'm just going to delete bank and make it fee. And we normally code it to bank fee. And then we're just going to say NAB bank fees. Now, you might go, well, it hasn't really changed anything, Jules. Like, all I've got now is a little blue line. But if you've got this mechanism up here called cache coding, you can then go through and select every, like if you had a lot of transactions and you had all the bank fees, the rules set up, you would be able to come into cache coding, select everything, and tell Xero to find which transactions can you reconcile. So it said it's reconciled 4 and 21 couldn't. So 21 items I need to go look for. So bank fee, bank rules is definitely one of the most underutilized area that we see across clients. So wherever we can, we jump in and we add extra bank rules to people so that we can automagify and make things go a little bit faster. So that's bank rules. So bank rules combined with cache coding can help us really automagify and fast code your Xero file. The other area that is already built into Xero is the invoice automagic reminders. So if you've got sales invoices, you can come into the awaiting payment area, and you might have some people that it's really overdue. So these people here, it's really overdue, these invoices, and I've got to chase them up. Now, some people would do that manually, and see how this says invoice reminders off. What you would do is you can switch it on, click on the on, and then it says invoice reminders when. So email customers when an invoice is 7 days overdue, 14 days overdue, 21 days overdue. But what I like to do is I like to go is due in 3 days, and I update the wording so I like the wording, and press save. And so it's saying, okay, in 3 days time, remind the person that the invoice is going to be due. And then this one, because we deleted the 7 days, I'm just going to change that and then change that one to 14. So you can put all the links in place and make sure that that's happening. So then you can, get the replies, you can change where the replies go and all of that sort of stuff as well. So then when you come back to invoices, it's now marked off, but you switch it back on. Oh, hang on, what did I do wrong there? I forgot to press save. It's always good to press save. So you press save, go back to invoices, and see now it's on. So all these outstanding invoices, they're going to get reminders when invoices are overdue. So that really helps you and saves on that. The third area when we're talking about invoices is making sure that you've got the online invoices switched on. So if we go into your settings, and then we go payment services, I won't be able to set this up properly because these are all fake ones, but you'll have it, like Xero will prompt you to have a look and set up online payments, and so that will be with Stripe. You can do Go Cardless, and you can also do PayPal. So when you send the invoice out, the person will get it by email and they can pay by credit card straight away. So these services in Xero have been available for years. So I'm just going through what already is there and what you've probably, hopefully you've got it all set up. If you don't, then you've got 4 areas to go through. So your bank rules, your invoice reminders, your payment services, and I've just had a mental blank on the other one. So yes. Oh,
can I ask a question?
It's the one that I'm about to talk to you about. So
can I ask you a question?
So that's all of our sales. That's all of our bank reconciliation. The other piece that has been in Xero is this bills to pay piece. And so there's two things in bills, and this one here you see where it says automate bill entry. So you can actually copy this really long crazy URL on your email, and you can automatically forward bills into that email address. So if you've got, I don't know, a bill from some people who we've just had somebody do a comment, Christina, about PayPal because they take too much money. PayPal hasn't changed their way of when you go to bring the money in, and that's why we oftentimes suggest people using Stripe, because Stripe, you can actually on-charge the credit card service fee, and the money will automatically come into your bank account. And when they've paid the invoice, it will automatically do all the codes for the merchant fee, as well as charging the customer for the merchant fee. So yeah, excellent question. Thank you for asking that. Yes, okay, so back to entering in bills. So you can have this quirky email address, and you would forward in whatever email, whatever invoice that you've received, maybe from, you know, your mobile phone provider, your electricity provider, whatever. You could, as long as it's an attachment, a PDF attachment, you can forward it into that email address. Now, the bills section in Xero, we still find is quite clunky. You still have to do a lot of work with it. So you'll get this draft, and it will come in like this, and see how the account code's not entered in. So you'd have to enter in the account. So this looks like it's going to be an advertising, and choose all of that, and then type in invoice number 123456, whatever the invoice number was for the thing, and then press approve. So we do, whoops-a-daisy. We do find that when you forward in the invoice using that URL, it isn't as effective. You can use HubDoc, and that's included into a lot of people's Xero file if they're over the basic Xero file. Again, HubDoc we've found is good in one way, that it can collect a lot of information, but then you still have to do a lot of manual data entry. So we actually prefer Dext. It's called DEXT. And basically you take a photo of the receipt. It's an app. You take a photo of the receipt, or you do an auto forward in. So I oftentimes do a rule on my emails. If I receive an email that says the word invoice in either the subject or in the actual email, and it's got a PDF attachment, please forward it into my inbox with Dext. And then I've got a heap of rules in the back end, and Dext just publishes it ready for me to either pay or match it against a bank transaction. So that area there is probably the biggest way that you can save a lot of time. So you can either email in using that email in section, like try HubDoc for free. So you've got that email address that is unique to your Xero file. So either email in using that and do all the data entry when it comes into draft, or use HubDoc and give that a go. Or if you really want to put your bills on rails, get onto Dext. Because that's probably the best and fastest way for you to get data in. And Dext, unlike all the other options, is also really amazing for any business owner that also gets handwritten receipts or handwritten invoices, because Dext, out of all of the systems that we've tried, Dext is the only one that can do a handwritten supplier invoice. And yes, there are still people out there that does that. Okay, so let's see. We've done like why we're here. We're looking at all of that. We're looking at the smarter workflows that we already have in Xero, and some of the connections that you might have. Then I want to talk to you about if you've got software, like smart software. So you might have, so I'm going into Accounting Advanced. You might have something like, I don't know, if you've got a cafe, you might be using Counter, or which now I think is called Light Speed. or you might have a retail software, and you want to get that information in. So I thought it was in here. Actually, it's probably under organization settings, connected apps. So under the organization settings, you can either do the connection app, the connections with, say you've got Counter, your point of sale system, you can connect that in using either the system, like oftentimes they will say connect to your accounting software, and you can do it directly within that. Or otherwise you might have it connected in, you can connect it in this way as well, so through the App Store. And you can look by industries, so you might be in the health industry, so you can look at different softwares that are already connected that you can connect in. So we have clients that are using Nucal and Clinico, and you can find them under here. But what I also find is really great is when you do the industries, like look at the App Store by industries, you can actually find apps that might actually help you fix up a big chunk of your system, your business system. So what I mean by that is you might go, oh gosh, there's a real manual part of my business. So in the health industry, oftentimes it might be, well, I need to do clinical reports. I need to do, like if you're doing massage, you need to be able to like keep notes for next time you see the customer, and you need it in a secure format so that nobody else can get into it. You might look for software that actually allows you to do all of that, and also do online bookings and things, so that even if you've got clients wanting to book in with you at a late, like at, I don't know, 9 o'clock at night, they go, oh, I've got a tweak in my back and I want to get a massage. Well, they're not going to remember that at 8 o'clock in the morning when you open up or whatever. So you want to have that online booking system. So you can look by industries to find software that is going to help you with your business system. So that's another way that you can connect in and make sure that you're using software. And then oftentimes that information, so when you invoice that massage customer, that invoice would then come into Xero ready for you to match it off against when the money hits the bank account. So that would be how that whole process would work. So yeah, so that's those pieces. And then I wanted to quickly show you the video on Jax. So hopefully if I play this, it's a 2-minute video. And then after that, I think I'm just going to open up the floor to anybody that has any questions. Okay, so that's pretty much everything that I wanted to go through, but I'll show you what they're talking about bringing out in Xero about AI. So here we go.
What if you could get back to what you love?
Jax, edit the wedding quote to include 5 more centerpieces.
What if you had a smart business companion that was with you everywhere? What if your routine tasks could be automated? Done faster, smarter, and with peace of mind. So you can keep your business moving and reclaim your time so you can focus on creating.
Great work, guys. We're on schedule.
What if you could spend less time building and more time building?
Did you get my email?
About adding the extra cabinet?
Yes.
Absolutely. Would you want to take care of it right now?
Sure. This is one of my favorite shots. This one right here. Can I get the drone footage for this last sequence?
See your priority tasks each morning. And have them automated and streamlined for you. Get personalized insights wherever you are.
Jax, give me the latest cash flow projections. Based on these projections, you can hire those 2 new employees you want.
Great.
You also mentioned wanting to grow in new markets. Let's talk about that.
Awesome.
And what if starting up was as easy as do more of what you love? Get back to where it all began and unleash the potential of your business. It's all possible. Just ask Xero.
So I don't know about you, but how cool is that? You can do an invoice in real time and also from your phone get payment. So phone to phone, so you no longer will need an FPOS machine for those kind of transactions. So that to me is a lot of it's a really good way to make sure that you're getting your cash flow in, you're really building your business quickly, and also the fact that you'll soon be able to, across all Xero files, be able to have an AI assistant in your numbers to help you understand your numbers as well. So it's pretty exciting, and it's coming very, very soon. We're all practicing and trialing it at the moment in our paid Xero files as Xero partners. So it's all really exciting what's coming out, and the information that we'll be able to have at our fingertips just using Xero and the inbuilt AI machine. So what you'll want to do to keep an eye out for Jax is where this this question mark is going to change to a little shiny little sign that says just Jax, ask Jax. So you'll be able to see that very soon across your Xero files. And good question, Suzanne. No, it won't cost more. It will be part of your Xero subscription price. So that's exciting. It's very cool. So the only thing is, like Xero does always increase their prices every year at the moment, but I hope that's going to help you understand why they are, because they're bringing stronger technology into the systems. So that's everything that I wanted to talk to you about. I'm going to open the floor. Does anybody want to, the Xero is actually, that video, good question, Christina, is actually available just on this URL here. So I'm just going to put that URL into the group chat. Everybody should be able to see that and see all the information that they're talking about doing, and the whole big like how they use their guides with the AI and so hopefully that'll be all cool. So does anybody have any questions about how they can automagify their Xero file a little bit more, or how they can help make their businesses work a little bit stronger and with a lot more automation? So did anybody have any questions? No? Okay, so I'm going to
Sorry, Jules, I
talk
have a
about
question.
a little, because we've got a little bit of extra time. I'm just going to talk about, yes, no, that's all cool. I'm going to talk about oh gosh, let me see if I can get it open.
Jules, I've got a
here
question.
on another tab.
You can't hear me.
It's like It's like Jules can't hear us.
Some of you might have
Yeah.
heard about ChatGPT,
Jules,
voice agents. Oh, Deanne, I see that you've got a question. Did you want to unmute and ask the question first?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Yeah, you can't
I can see you're unmuted, so that's great.
seem to hear us. So,
We aren't on.
yeah, that's odd. Anyway,
Maybe can you put, so I can hear Deanne, but you can't, so hang on.
yeah, you
Can
can't hear
everybody
me,
else
Jules.
hear Deanne, like maybe with a thumbs up if she's talking?
Jules, you
Yeah,
can't hear
no.
me? No. So Christina, you can hear me?
yes, I can.
Right. Okay.
Can you?
That's
Oh,
weird.
so you all can hear Deanne, but not me. That's wild. That tells me that it's my volume thingy. Hang on a second. It's going to be my Zoom settings, isn't it? Let me get to my Zoom. Where's my zoomy settings? Of course, I'm going to have some quirky, weird thing going on. You gotta love. So let's see. My speaker needs to be this one. Okay, cool.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Oh, yay.
Hey, it's just my microphone. My microphone was trying to be my speaker. So thanks heaps
Right.
for everybody helping me fix that up. Tell me, Deanne, what's your question?
Well, I did type it into the chat, but just to go back to where you were talking about,
Setting up Square.
yeah, do you just do it in the same way that you set up PayPal?
So
different?
Square is a bit quirky. So when you go to set up Square, there should be, so you need to log into the Square dashboard and Square to Xero integration. So you'll log into the Square dashboard, and right down the bottom on the left hand side on the settings, there should be a button that says integration or something. Let me see. I think I've got a Square login, and I'll just see if I can. I haven't used Square in such a long time, so hopefully this is my.
I think Square, anybody else can correct me if they know, they've got less fees than PayPal, but are they less than Stripe?
No, so there's still more than Stripe.
Right, but you can pass that fee on. I noticed that.
Yes. So what Square is really good for is it is really good for because of course I've got to reset my password. Square is really good if you're out and about and you have you're selling widgets and you want to like have people buy them in real life. So it's like a point of sale system, and it's really good because it brings in a whole heap of data into Xero. So let me just here
Does
we go.
Stripe have a point of sale as well, Jules? Do they have a, or is it only through
It's
like a link?
it's only through a link.
Okay.
So Stripe is good if you need to send an invoice out of Xero, and it will charge the credit card service fee and as well as do the bank, like the merchant fee, and it will select all three transactions. So the invoice paid, the credit card service fee charged to the customer, as well as the fee that you pay Stripe, right? So so that's good if you're sending invoices directly out of Xero. Stripe is also good because it will connect into a lot of back-end websites. So you can just bring all that information in as well. And so like if you're selling courses online or you're selling like widgets online, then Stripe is pretty much the universal easy peasy fix for everything. So yeah, so that's really cool. But Square works really well in real life situations. So you've got a point of sale system. So you might have like a little I've got one here. You might have like a little square tile that you just get people to blip on, or you might have like the bigger piece that you can blip on. You're seeing a lot of cafes use Square as well. So it, you know, as you enter in what you look like, what people are ordering, they can see a screen on the other side so that they can see the pricing as they go. So it's just a really visible system. But
I've set it up on my phone
yeah,
as well.
or you can
So
do it
it
on your
just
phone.
just
You don't
straight
need the app.
phone to
Yeah, you can do it on your phone and you can
Yeah.
take payments on your phone.
yeah, which I didn't realize until I'd already bought the
Yeah,
the little thing. But anyway,
Yeah. So you can now do that straight out of your Xero app. So you don't need a separate. So if you've got Stripe set up, you can actually take payments from your Xero app, and you wouldn't need that extra piece of software. And when you take the payment from the Xero app using Stripe, you can also add the merchant fee in, so it still works the same. So it takes one of the steps out of the overall process. So yeah, so that's kind of how that works. And I'll just quickly show you, like this is, I haven't used my Square for such a long time. So you should be able to see now, I've logged into my Square thing, and under the point of sale, right down the bottom, you've got settings, and then you've got app integrations. Can you see that? And it's much better to do this on your computer. And then, yeah, so you can see like I connected it 8 years ago, but it will take you through, like your first piece is you'll visit the app marketplace, and then you'll type in Xero, and then it will take you, like you'll do this get started, and it will go through all the process. So it will take you to a different screen, a different like connector, and it will help you get connected to your Xero file that way. And what it will do is it will bring all of the data that happens in Square automatically over into Xero. So yeah.
great. Thank you.
So you're very welcome. Very welcome. So that's your piece. You go into that right down the bottom, settings, app integrations, and search for Xero.
Yeah, I wrote that down. Thank you. I will try that later today.
Easy, easy, easy. Yeah, cool. Does anybody else have any questions?
Will you be sending the recording? Because I want to
Yes.
kind of go stop, and do some of the
Yes,
things that you
yeah.
said. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so Camille's on our a call today, so she will be our beautiful, amazing human that's going to make sure that everybody that signed up for the webinar, because like I said, we had a heap more people signed up and they just probably haven't been able to make it to today's session. So yeah, so we'll be sending out that recording hopefully by tomorrow, but you know, just wait until the end of the week. If you haven't got it, reach out to me. So that should be all cool. Now, some of you might have heard ChatGPT or heard of ChatGPT. Has anybody had a bit of a tinker around with ChatGPT?
Yep.
Give it a go. Yep. Woohoo. We've got hands up for everybody. So you're already across all of that. That's probably one of the biggest pieces that we're starting to see is helping a lot of business owners with their social media, asking it to help act like a social media expert, and giving them some social media like a monthly list and what they can do, and really help to do that, which is getting more people to understand who you are, where you are, and so that is a big conversation. We're bringing an AI expert in. She was going to try to be here today, but she's currently over in the UK and the time just wasn't working. But she will be meeting with us in a couple of months, which will be very exciting. And we'll be going through how you can really harness ChatGPT in your day-to-day life, your day-to-day business, and also really improve your productivity enormously. And Replit is another one. There's also like one of the big areas that I'm looking into at the moment, and I'm very excited by, but also very curious and not sure 100% of, is the voice AI. So people can call your phone and book in. So if you're already with clients, they can book in with you to like into your calendar, and having like an AI voice to be able to do that. So again, our expert that's coming in the August session will be showing us all of that kind of information as well, which is very, very exciting. So so is there any other questions that, and you've got Christina, you're sending, there's an A for, yes, that link, oh my goodness, that link, there's an AI for that.com, which Christina has been really, really lovely to share with everybody on the chat. Definitely save that URL. It has been such an incredible journey. It's moving so far ahead, and as a small business owner, we want to be making sure that we're using AI so that we can create the time and the space for us to be doing more of the people work and the people servicing work that we need to do. But the replicated, duplicate, like, doing the stuff over and over and over, we want to be making sure that we're using AI for that. So that's pretty much everything. So the only other piece is I'll just share. So if you're not already like working with me, here's I'll try to make that full screen. So here's a QR code that you can jump on a call with me, and we can work out how we can make your business automated as much as possible, so that you can start to get really, really good with your Xero file, and you're making sure that it's not taking up all of your time and effort. And that's it. So if nobody has any more questions, there's one more. Oh, thanks, Christina. I love you so much. Yes, so if there's no more questions, then I think we should have an early mark. It's a beautiful day, so thank you so much for everybody that has joined us today. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate your time, and I hope that you found a lot of value out of this, and that it was helpful for you and your business. Cool. So have a rockstar evening, and I'll talk to you all later. See you. Bye.
Thank you. Awesome. Thanks so much.
Very welcome. Bye.